Wow. Wake up. Smell the coffee. I got some coffee going, guys. Thanks for joining me today. This is Rob's Reacts TV. I'm just going to react to Elon Musk talking about all these crazy dead people that we're paying for in the government, and the Democrats don't like that we're exposing it. So some of those Democrats that you guys that are watching don't like that we're exposing people that we're paying for. It doesn't make no sense. So, I mean, it's just a head scratcher. It really is, guys. Hey, man. So basically a little bit about me. I know a lot of you guys already know probably. I'm just a 49-year-old veteran of this country, of the United States. And I keep forgetting, sorry, this is worldwide, but I just love the United States so much. I love what our country stands for, and I know Donald Trump has our country's back. But the problem is there's so many snakes in the water, but around him, and he knows it. He knows there's snakes around him. He's even hiring snakes. But how do you get to know who a snake is? You know, those snakes that keep saying, "Oh, how I love Trump, how I love Trump," and then when you tell them to release the Epstein files, they hang on to them, or will redact some of it because they're sensitive issues. I want all of it, all of it. Yes, if it has to do with kids, then yes, their personal stuff needs to be whatever. But I want all of it. I don't know who's with me. Who's with me? I want all of it. Say all of it down here in the chat. That's all I'm saying, because I want all of it. I don't care who's on the list. Every single person, even maybe this guy, I doubt it. It would have been out a long time ago. I believe this guy is nowhere near it. Some of my left-leaning friends and family want to say that he was part of it. Well, from what I know is he stopped Jeffrey Epstein from coming into Mar-a-Lago back in the day. So I pray that he is not. One other thing that I do here at Rob's Reacts TV is I don't edit my videos. I probably should. But I don't want to be fake with you guys. I think redacted videos are fake, just like fake news. I want exactly the way it comes out. I want to be personal, honestly, with you guys as much as I know the facts. If I say something that is false, I'd like you to say it right down in the comments. Hey, man, I think what you said there was fake news. Then I will correct that and tell everybody here on the channel. But the reason I do in this channel is because I just want this country to succeed. You think a 49-year-old has nothing better to do than sit here on YouTube talking to himself on the screen? But man, I'm enjoying it, and I watch videos to react to them, so you guys don't have to spend the time digging, or you might not see them. So, hey, I would highly ask you, or not highly, I would ask you just to please go down and subscribe to my channel so we can get these videos out to people. You may not like it, but somebody might. And give me a thumbs up, and just comment down below where you're from, and then just so we can get the algorithms of YouTube up the best I can. And I appreciate it, guys. Here we go with the video.
And based on many things, the border, but also based on balancing budgets and getting our country back into shape. And this is a big part of it. So, Elon, if you could get up and explain where you are, how you're doing, and how much we're successful, guys.
But before Elon gets started, why doesn't anybody want to get our country back in line? I get the whole firing of thousands and thousands of people. But you got to cut the damn fat. It may not be their fault. But we have a fat government. We need to trim it down so we can stop paying so much at the grocery stores, or paying so much taxes or no taxes at all. It affects all of us every single day. I don't care if people get fired. I understand that. It has to be done. What I'm saying is it affects all of us if we don't do that. At the grocery store, mainly. The gas stations, mainly. Taxes, mainly. Don't you see that? Somebody said to me, well, it doesn't affect you right now. It affects me. It affects me every day. It affects you every day. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for those people. But if their job is not needed in the government, then blame the past government. Blame them for hiring that many people. It has to be done. I hope you guys can see that.
He's really working so hard, and he's got businesses to run. And in many ways, I say, how do you do this? And, he's sacrificing a lot and getting a lot of praise, I'll tell you. But he's also getting hit, and we would expect that, and that's the way it works. So I'd like to have Elon Musk please say a few words. Thank you, Elon.
He's got death threats. He's got 13 kids. Leave the guy alone.
Thank you, Mr. President. I actually just call myself a humble tech support here because this is actually, as crazy as it sounds, that is almost a literal description of the work that the DOGE team is doing, is helping fix the government computer systems. Many of these systems are extremely old. They don't communicate. There are a lot of mistakes in the systems. The software doesn't work. So we are actually tech support. It's ironic that it's true. The overall goal here with the DOGE team is to help address the enormous deficit. We simply cannot sustain as a country $2 trillion deficits. The interest rates, just the interest on the national debt, now exceeds the Defense Department spending. We spend a lot on the Defense Department, but we're spending over $1 trillion on interest. If this continues, the country will become de facto bankrupt. It's not an optional thing; it is an essential thing. That's the reason I'm here, and taking a lot of flack and getting a lot of death threats. By the way, I mean I'd like to stack them up, But if we don't do this, America will go bankrupt. That's why it has to be done.
That's why it has to be done. Let's just say it doesn't affect me right now. It will. Why do you think I'm on these videos, making these videos? It's so all of us will wake up. It may not affect you, but it will. We might not even have a country.
I'm confident at this point, knock on wood, knock on my wooden head, there's got a lot of wood up there, that we can actually find $1 trillion in savings. That would be roughly 15% of the $7 trillion budget. And obviously that can only be done with the support of everyone in this room. And I'd like to thank everyone for your support. Thank you very much. This can only be done with your support. So it's really, DOGE is a support function for the president and for the agencies and departments to help achieve those savings and to effectively find 15% in reduction in fraud and waste. And we bring the receipts. So people say well, is this real? Just go to doge.gov. We line item by line item, we specify each item. So
there's your receipts. Don't ask me about the receipts. He's got the receipts. Doge.com.
And I should say, we will make mistakes. We won't be perfect. But when we...
That's why I don't edit these videos. I'm human, and I make mistakes. I just want to own up to them. So if I make mistakes, let me know. Text me. Talk to me on the bottom down here in the chat. I appreciate it. Thank you.
we make a mistake, we'll fix it very quickly. So, for example, with USAID, one of the things we accidentally canceled very briefly was Ebola, Ebola prevention. I think we all want Ebola prevention. So we restored the Ebola prevention immediately, and there was no interruption. But we do need to move quickly if we're to achieve a $1 trillion deficit reduction in financial year 2026. It requires saving $4 billion per day, every day, from now through the end of September. But we can do it, and we will do it. Thank you.
Would you have any questions of Elon while we're on the subject of DOGE? Because we'll finish off with that. And if you would have any questions, please, we'll finish off with that. And if you would have any questions, please ask. You could ask me or Elon. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Musk. I just wanted to ask you that President Trump put out a Truth Social today saying that everybody in the cabinet was happy with you. I just wondered if you had heard otherwise, and if so, what are you doing to address those?
I bet you Trump speaks up. Let's see.
Any dissatisfaction?
Let the cabinet speak just for a second. Is anybody unhappy with Elon? If you are, we'll throw him out of here.
Did you hear him? If you aren't, we'll throw you out of here. And then he laughs. Think about that for a minute. It seems like a joke to some people. They just laugh. Thinks it doesn't mean it. Oh, he means it. He means it. He wouldn't have even spoke up and said that. Because do something he doesn't like. Do what you want to do, but Trump means business this time. And that's what I voted for. You may not like the way he talks, but every other every other president has been on the same team. So they talk nice. They say things that you want to hear. Just do it in ways that is smooth and soothing. So I like the way he talks. There ain't nothing about Donald Trump right now that I don't disagree with. Well, a couple things. I should say there's a few things. But I want this country to be great. I want people around the country to come to our country. And I want their countries to be great. I want people around the world to make their countries great again. When we'll all come together at the end.
I have a lot of respect for Elon and that he's doing this, and some disagree a little bit, but I will tell you for the most part, I think everyone's disagree a little bit, but I will tell you for the most part, I think everyone's not only happy, they're thrilled. So go ahead, Elon.
I'm grateful.
Ever. Literally. So, I do not give false praise. This is an incredible group of people. I don't think that such a talented team has actually ever been assembled. I think it's literally the best cabinet that the country has ever had, and I think the company should be incredibly appreciative of the people in this room.
With that right there, I do believe there's some snakes in the weeds. I do believe there's some snakes in the weeds. I'm going to back up just a touch. Let's see if I can find it.
I'll tell you for the
With that picture right there, there's some snakes in the weeds. I don't know who for sure. Let me move this picture. My picture, my big fat head. I'll put right here next to Trump. There's some snakes right here. I know one guy that's not a snake is Dan Bongino. No, Dan Bongino. Dan Scavino. Dan Scavino is the man. Now, these guys, I don't know. I questioned this guy because for some reason. I questioned this guy for some reason. I really questioned this guy for some reason. And this guy, I don't know much about.
For the most part, I think everyone's not only happy, they're thrilled. So go ahead, Elon.
Grateful.
Ever. Literally. So, I do not give false praise. This is an incredible group of people. I don't think that such a talented team has actually ever been assembled. I think it's literally the best cabinet that the country has ever had, and I think the company should be incredibly appreciative of the people in this room.
Yes. Go ahead, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. Musk. Are there about half of the government employees so far appear to have responded to your request for what they've been doing over the past week? Is there a timeline in place for next moves for people being fired, and when can the American people expect to see results of that?
Yes. Well, to be clear, I think that email perhaps was best interpreted as a performance review, but actually it was a pulse check review. Do you have a pulse? Do you have a pulse and 2 neurons? So if you have a pulse and 2 neurons, you can reply to an email. This is, I think not a high bar, is what I'm saying. Anyone could accomplish this. But what we are trying to get to the bottom of is we think there are...
Democrats are pissed that they're doing this. They think he's after their money, like their $50 in the bank account, or their social security number, or their telephone number. I've had 4 fake calls all day today. Oh my gosh, give me a break.
A number of people on the government payroll who are dead, which is probably why they can't respond. And some people who are not real people, like they're literally fictional individuals that are collecting paychecks. Well, somebody's collecting paychecks on a fictional individual. So we're just literally trying to figure out, are these people real? Are they alive? And can they write an email? Which I think is a reasonable expectation for the American public would have at least that expectation of.
Do you get that? Like, he's saying there's dead people that are working and getting a paycheck. So somebody over here is getting paid for this person working, but isn't really working. That's what these guys are doing. It's easy to see if you stop hating the orange man.
Someone in the public sector.
Mr. Musk, roughly 1 million employees.
It's not a high bar, guys. Come on.
Roughly 1 million employees have responded so far to this email. Does that mean that the remaining 1 million or so federal employees now risk being terminated? And is it your understanding and expectation when you post a directive on X that the cabinet secretaries will follow that order? Because several agencies have instructed employees that this is voluntary or not to respond.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess there was like last week, the president encouraged me via Truth Social and also via phone call to be more aggressive. And I was like, okay, yes, sir, Mr. President, we will indeed do that. The president is a commander asks. And I said, can we send out an email to everyone just saying, what did you get done last week? And the president said yes, so it did that. We got a partial response. We're going to send another email. But our goal is not to be capricious or unfair. We want to give people every opportunity to send an email. And the email could simply be, what I'm working on is too sensitive or classified to describe. Like literally just, that would be sufficient. I think this is just common sense.
And what is your target number for how many workers, employees you're looking to cut total?
We wish to keep everyone who is doing a job that is essential and doing that job well.
Essential, and doing the job well. What part of that don't you like? Don't you want lower taxes? Of course. We got to cut the fat. If they're not essential, get rid of them. As plain as that. There ain't no time for pity patty no more.
But if the job is not essential or they're not doing the job well, they obviously should not be on the public payroll.
I'd like to add, wait. I'd like to add that those million people that haven't responded, though, Elon, they are on the bubble. I wouldn't say that we're thrilled about it. They haven't responded. Now, maybe they don't exist. Maybe we're paying people. Now, maybe they don't exist. Maybe we're paying people that don't exist. Don't forget, we just got here. This group just got here. But those people are on the bubble, as they say. They maybe.
Trump, I think I say this in every video. Look at some of my other videos. Trump don't just say things just because he wants to say things. I need you to understand that, because he says things and he means what he says. There's meaning on everything. There's no coincidences in government. I want you guys to remember that. There's no coincidences. When Trump says something, he means it. When he says something, there's meaning behind it. There's people around him that are scared of Donald Trump. And I would be too, because they said a long time ago that 85% of government will be gone because of this scandal right here coming up. Wow. Good time to be alive, guys.
They're going to be gone. Maybe they're not around.
There's no bubble.
Maybe they have other jobs. Maybe they moved and they're not where they're supposed to be. A lot of things could have happened. I wouldn't say that Biden ran a very tight administration. They spent money like nobody's ever spent money before. Wasted money. The Green New Scam, all of the different things they spent money on. And you've seen that. We've seen that with some of the things that I read in speeches. I read them and people can't believe when I read them. 20 million here, 30 million here for, a little educational course on something. Circumcision, right? Circumcision. $20 million to inform the people of such and such a country on other things and other things other than that. So, those people are, right now we're trying to find out who those people are that haven't responded. Now, there'll be some agencies, like Marco has people within state that are right now doing very classified, very confidential work, and we understand it. We've got them, being a little more...
Yeah, so with that, I'm saying what you guys just need to do is just wake up, man. It is time for people around the world to wake up, and I know they are. I can see it every day. And you guys can see it too. We went from F Joe Biden or F Donald Trump to F Joe Biden. Pretty within 4 years. Their government was doing some crazy stuff that you're like, holy cow, you cannot unsee it. Once you start seeing the truth, it's hard not to see it. I was a Democrat once. Obama twice. I voted for Obama twice. It makes me sick to my stomach. I watched MSNBC, CNN religiously. Yeah. Believe it or not, I went back there and I watched these videos and react to them just so you don't have to, guys. And it makes me sick to my stomach that I've ever watched. I spent like 8 years watching these videos. And I understand now why the left is brainwashed and thinks Donald Trump speaks meanly because we're mean. I see it. So, hey guys, if you're on that other side, it's time to start seeing the truth. But I'm telling you, there's some snakes in the water on the Republican side. Because I want the Epstein list. I want it now. There's some snakes right there. That's why they don't want to release them. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. That's all I want. Just to be proved wrong. What do you guys think? Hey, man, if you guys waited this long, And then let's watch me ramble on. Please like and subscribe. Man, we're at 15 subscribers. You wouldn't believe it. Man, I've only started a couple weeks ago. Well, it seems like a couple weeks ago. But man, I'm so freaking proud of those 15 guys and women. If you guys are out there and you guys subscribe, I appreciate it, guys. Please like and subscribe down below and comment. Let me know about what you think is good or bad about my videos and people have, and I appreciate that. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Click on one of these other links right below, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you so much.